Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and welcome to my house. Baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know what you wanna say. What's the plan is to take the time has changed. Keep the clothes on the floor.
Do you like tag teams? Well, tonight we have plenty of tag team action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wildcats episode 182. It's D-Wall back again. I know, shocking, isn't it? But I'm back again with another episode for you, calling it as I see it. And tonight is the final show before Proving Ground 8. And we have a ton of tag team matches here tonight, including our main event. The Queens of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the No More Heroes, will take on the team of Nicole and Natasha and Melissa McNeil, the Golden Bombshells. That is our main event tonight, as both Shinobu and Nicole are getting ready for their triple threat match for the Wildcats title at Proving Ground 8. Also tonight, the Starlight Trainers are back in action for the first time in a while, as Abby Martin and Aki Starlight will be in action. But as I said, this is a night of tag teams, and we are kicking it off with a tag team grudge match. This match has been brewing for a while now, all stemming from the events of the last few months, with this team, Paradigm, Bailey on your right, Lexi Sakona on your left, and as you see in the background, there is Abby Thorn. All three of these women have had issues with the Privileged Generation. The Privileged Generation, who, by the way, has taken out the Ronapur Rebels, Lacey Adams and Kieva Andrews. That's why they haven't been around in a while. And Paradigm were their next targets, along with Abby Thorn, who, by the way, if you don't recall, Michelle Rockford, the leader of the Privileged Generation, cost Abby Thorn a few months ago a shot at the Fever Championship. Not even a shot. I think if my memory serves me right, she cost her the title. She never even got her title shot because Michelle attacked her from behind. And these two factions, I guess, because let's be honest, if you know Abby Thorn, you know she's not really big on friendship. And if you know why that is, then you know why that is. But these three women right here have caused, how can I put this nicely? They have caused a lot of drama in the locker room. Ever since Michelle Rockford returned and brought these two women with her, by her side, they have been a thorn in everyone's side on the Wildcats roster pretty much. They have tried to make they have made enemies with pretty much the entire locker room. They have isolated themselves from the entire locker room from what I understand. They don't have friends. They don't want friends. And Michelle Rockford obviously in the suit, Danielle Winders on the right, Erin Nakari on the left. The privileged generation, Michelle's quote-unquote answer to the locker room, her answer to the problem of the locker room. And Michelle has been crowing for months now, and my fiance's told me this, so, you know, just letting that out there, that Michelle has been crowing to anybody who will listen ever since Gateway to Heaven that she and her crew have been wrongfully screwed out of the Wildcats tag team titles and have yet to receive a proper rematch, team 2-on-2, not triple threat, not fatal 4-way, but a 2-on-2 traditional tag team match for the titles, and she has continued to demand that her team gets the first shot against Trixie and Betsy or the Black Plague Society for those titles after Proving Ground 8. She's continued to make that demand and said if she doesn't get it, she's going to keep causing chaos for the roster, and that's where this whole thing with Paradigm and Abby come into play. Because Michelle feels like her and her group have been screwed over time and time again. And here we go, Danielle and Bailey to start this match off. And as I said tonight, our main event, the Golden Bombshells, Michelle on the outside there. I heard her yelling. The Golden Bombshells in our main event tonight, Nicole, Natasha, and Melissa McNeil will team up to take on the Queens of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Shinobu Jacobs and Alice Twilight. And that match stems from the fact that Shinobu and Nicole are fighting Devitaki at Proving Ground 8 in a triple threat match for the Wildcats title. And just to get a little warm up, a little preview, their respective teams will be in action with them tonight in our main event. As you see here, a big tornado DDT by Bailey, nicely done. And also, as I said, the Starlight Trainers are back in action tonight for the first time in a while. They, remember, Alan B. Martin has said that she wants to get back in that picture. She wants the Starlight Trainers to find their place again. They are former Wildcats Tag Team Champions, if you don't remember. So they want to get back in that title picture. They want to have that shot at the tag team titles, as everyone on the roster is jockeying for positions. The Wildcats Tag Team division has always technically been one of the standouts of the division, and the standouts in virtual wrestling, mind you. And all these teams, these two teams, the Golden Bombshells, even No More Heroes, the Starlight Trainers, the new scene, which I believe is the Starlight Trainers opponents tonight. All these teams want to have that opportunity. All these teams want to have a shot at the Wildcats Tag Team titles. And also, speaking of the Wildcats Tag Team titles, we don't have all tag team matches tonight. It's a majority tag team heavy show, but tonight the heavy hitters of the tag team title match at Proving Ground 8 will be in action, as Betsy Chairshot will take on Alika Lynch one-on-one, and Delhia and Trixie Decker have been banned from ringside for that match, so we can ensure a proper one-on-one contest between those two ladies. And they are banned before, during, and after the match. So there's not going to be any infighting. There's not going to be any chaos or anything of that nature before that important tag team title match at Proving Ground 8, which is coming up in about a week. If I'm right on this, and I can confirm the date now, Proving Ground 8 will take place on Friday night, August 19th. That date is subject to change, as always, in virtual wrestling. And you can keep up with all of the news on the Twitter at DCA Wrestling for more information if that date changes, whether it be earlier or later. So keep in mind of that as we get closer to that date. Also tonight, we're going to have words from, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be hearing from the former Fever champion Kite Young after she lost her title against Sin at the 9-year anniversary show, which was, to honest, that was a big surprise for a lot of people, because I don't think a lot of people expected her to just lose the championship that quickly, but she did. And that's going to happen tonight as well. Big clothesline. Proving Ground 8 is set to be a big event. It's always been one of the biggest events in DCA history, and this card that we're going to go over tonight is just to cement that. And some of the matches I can tell you about, of course, we're going to go through the card the card proper later on tonight. Of course, the main event of that show, that we have a triple main event at Proving Ground 8. And I know a lot of people are going to go, well, a triple main event, that doesn't really make sense. Well, it makes sense to me, damn it. So we're going to call it a triple main event. The triple main event, no holds barred, Kenshiro Samada versus Code Red Michael Connolly. That's going to be a big match. That's a match that Michael has wanted ever since Redemption of last year. That's happening at Proving Ground 8. The triple threat for the Wildcats title, Devitaki defending against both Shinobu Jacobs and Nicole Natasha. And then, of course, the world title match, the Godslayer, Josh McLeod, defends against the silent protagonist, Jeremy Paisley, who won a fatal four-way, a classic, a great fatal four-way on takedown to earn his shot at the world title, to try and win his first world title. And that's going to happen. All three of those matches are going to happen at Proving Ground. As you see, Erina now has got Lexi on her shoulders and then drops her onto the apron. And the CCL women's title is also going to be on the line at Proving Ground 8, as Carmen Cortez will defend the title against a woman who has had her number in recent years in the Russian Nightmare, Morgan Raincroft, who, let's be honest, after her win over Barbie J. Tucker at Revelations, she seems to be back to form. And if I'm Carmen, even though I have not been pinned or made to submit in months, and she's been on an absolute roll, whether people like it or not, whether people like her new attitude or not, she's been on a roll. And speaking of rolls, Lexi with a big belly-to-belly suplex. And Irina doesn't know which way to turn right now. But you got to believe the Russian Nightmare is looking to become the CCL Women's Champion. She's had a couple of cracks at it in the past, but has never been able to break through, as Irina with the handspring moonsault into the cover and only gets a 2. So those are just some of the matches. We're going to run down the entire card later on tonight. Big float over DDT by Lexi. And like I said, all these women are jockeying for position, because as much as Michelle is yelling and screaming about the privileged generation getting screwed over, if you think about it, they kind of are. They kind of do have a case, considering the fact that Carmen got involved in their match for the Wildcats Tag Team titles at Gateway to Heaven, and that is what led to the Black Plague Society winning those titles and being the champions even to this day. So even if they didn't know, oh wait a minute, look at this, Paradigm with a nice tag team maneuver. I think that's the privileged generation's maneuver, as a matter of fact. Taking a page out of their own playbook there. Paradigm, of course, former Wildcats Tag Team champions in their own right. So they would love to get back in the championship picture. Probably would have win here tonight. If they win this match against, let's be honest, the self-proclaimed #1 contenders, because they're not officially the #1 contenders, that's Betsy and Trixie, then you can say they have a case for that. But now Danielle hanging up Bailey on the top rope there, trying to give Irina a little bit of time to recover on the outside. And that, but Danielle pays for it, gets a shotgun of her own, stun gun if you will, excuse me. But Irina, again, there you go. The privileged generation, you may not like their attitude, but let's be real, let's be honest. Michelle Rockford is one of the most crafty, one of the most logical, one of the most, let's say, I wouldn't say free thinking, but she's more cerebral. Yeah, that's it, cerebral. She's one of the most cerebral minds in the game. She's been in this game for a long time, longer than people think she has. She's been in DCA since season 2, and she has won. She's been successful in DCA. She's a former Goddess champion. Whether you like her tactics or not, and she's taken these two women, Irina and Danielle, under her wing, and they've had modest success. They may not have won the tag titles yet, but they've had modest success. And with Michelle backing them, they might be a force in this tag team division. They've already made enemies with pretty much the whole locker room. Is now, look at this. And there's that ruthlessness that I'm sure Michelle has taught Irina especially. As now, Irina, look at this big drop kick. Drive-by drop kick to Bailey. And now she's going up to the top rope. Oh, you got to wonder if this will pay off. Big frog splash. Into the cover. 1, 2, no. And no one's questioning the talents of Irina or Danielle. Not by a long shot. But at the same time, as you see, look at this. Look at this. Standing 450. And that's what I'm saying. They are talented. They have the talent. They have the skills. But I don't think it's going to matter because she's just got caught in the octopus hole out of completely nowhere. And she's got nowhere to go. This could be it right here, folks. She is cranking back on that arm, but Irina able to slide out of it. And even Michelle is arguing on the apron. Referee telling to get her down. Uh-oh, no, wait, no. Counter. Irina does not like losing. We've known that for, if you know Irina, you know she doesn't like losing. She's got a reputation to uphold, sort of like Michelle herself. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Lexi from the apron. Slingshot brainbuster from the apron. I think that was a brainbuster. I don't think that was a suplex at all. I think she turned that into a brainbuster. Danielle couldn't break it up, and that's it. I can hear Michelle now arguing with the referee, saying that that was a clear breakup. But the referee's call is final, and Paradigm gets the win. And like I said, this was a very important matchup because you got to believe with this victory over the self-proclaimed #1 contenders, that should put them in line for the next shot at the Wildcats Tag Team titles for whoever comes out of Proving Ground 8 with those championships. Paradigm brought their A game tonight. But here's how it ended. Lexi had her on the apron. Now, usually you'd think she would go for a suplex, but watch how Irina lands right there. That was more on her head than on her back. And I think that's what knocked her out. And then right here, That's what Michelle is arguing. But the referee's call is final. Paradigm gets the victory. And like I said, I think this will propel them right up there in line for a Wildcats tag title match.
God, this TV sucks!
もう愛だって恋だってなんだって呼び名なんて重要じゃないどんな理想も吐き出す冗談だでも愛どうか恋どうかそんなんじゃもう表現できないから本音を混じってかけるか迷ってうっとうしいなこんな My life
Kite Young making it pretty short and sweet, making it pretty simple. She wants the Wildcats Fever Championship back. Of course, that she's not going to demand a rematch. She wants to earn another championship opportunity. And I think that's what you can respect about Kite Young. She accepted the fact that she lost. She admitted the fact that she lost. And she wants to earn another shot. And speaking of other shots, here comes the new scene. Cara Danvers, Supergirl, if you will, formerly Supergirl, and Dakota Milton, the intern to the Takedown general manager, Chris McLean. Dakota, a former tag team champion, by the a former Rising Star champion. For the brief period that she had that belt. But they're in tag team action against a returning team, if you will. A team that has not teamed in quite a while, but are looking to get back on the same page. Alan B. Martin and Aki Starlight, former Wildcats Tag Team Champions, the Starlight Trainers. Alan B., a former Rising Star Champion. Aki, a former Goddess Champion for the few minutes that she held that title. And you gotta wonder what the mindset of these two women are, because the last time these two women were even seen, they were laid out at Revelations when they were overlooking Akira Yukimura's match against Akaichi. And there's no Xenia here either, so you gotta wonder what is going on with that. Of course, Akira, speaking of her, she will be at Proving Ground 8. We don't know why, but She is scheduled to make an appearance on that show. So I guess we'll find out her future here in DCA on that night as well. But the Starlight trainers, they look happy. They look a little refreshed. Maybe they took some time. Maybe Zinnia took them away for a while and, you know, got them back on the right track, focused and ready to go. And maybe that's what they needed. Because let's be honest, the Starlight trainers were one of the most popular teams in the Wildcats division at one point. They were on the fast track. Aki Starlight was one of the most popular names on the roster, including Allenby. By, you know, singles and tag, they were very popular. Aki shot up to the top of the roster at a rapid pace when she debuted. Of course, we didn't know then what we know now about Aki, but at any point, at any rate, Aki Starlight is still a very dangerous woman, especially considering if you know who she really is, then you understand how dangerous this woman is. And that has to be a threat to everyone on the roster. As now, sending her into the corner, and here comes Allenby Martin. And here comes that unique double team offense and the fun afterward from the Starlight trainers. Look at Aki. This is what you remembered from the Starlight trainers. They're quirky, they're a little out there, but they have fun and they know how to win. And that's exactly what propelled them to such success when they were the Wildcats Tag Team Champions, when Aki was going for the Goddess Championship, when Allenby was the Rising Star Champion at one point a few years ago, when she was we all remember the New Dawn Pro Heavyweight Championship run that she had. Both of these women are accomplished in more ways than one, and a lot of people seem to have forgotten that from, stemming from all the Akira drama, because they were wrapped up heavily in that. But I think they're trying to, as much as they support Akira and as much as they know they have to be there for her as much as possible, because, Zinnia said that they are, to protect and all that. I think that they also want not just, wait a minute. Wow. Okay, well, I was, that was out of nowhere. Allenby tried to use a chair. I think Allenby, let's be real. Allenby has had a, how can I put this? She has her moments. She's had her moments ever since she had that brutal match with Allison Simone in Battle Pro. And she's had her moments where she just completely snaps. And I think the referee just didn't even care. They know the new scene's gonna, he knows the new scene's gonna use some dirty tactics, so he just decided, you know what, let's let these two teams fight. And you know what, I'll allow it. I will allow it for this match. Coming up, our main event, the Golden Bombshells, Nicole, Natasha, and Melissa McNeil will team up to take on No More Heroes, Shinobu Jacobs, and Alice Twilight in our main event tonight. That's going to be a big-time matchup. Also, Alika Lynch takes on Betsy Chairshot. Those two matches still to come. As Aki Starlight's now back in the ring. And now, big Enziguri in the corner. And I think a lot of people after tonight are going to start seeing the depth, truly how big this Wildcats tag team division is. This is one of the most stacked divisions in virtual wrestling in all of VWU. In a lot of people's opinion, this is the place. This is the place to really test yourself as a tag team. As now you see a sunset flip by Dakota, only a 1 count. And now jawbreaker by Aki. And now Aki, big slam. Sky high by Aki. 2, no. And Aki now, they're looking to end this right now. And it looks like they're going to try it. Starlight Coaster. Starlight Coaster. But Carr is distracting the referee. Now he's in position 2, and that's what that difference made. Cara distracting the referee just long enough for Dakota to recover and get that kick out. As now backbreaker, neckbreaker combination by Dakota. A lot of people say Dakota does the bare minimum, but when she does the bare minimum, it sometimes works out for her. There's another neckbreaker. Cover, but Aki right there to break it up, and now Carr with a backdrop suplex taking Aki down, and this is the moment that the new scene needed. But Allenby with a big jawbreaker, and now a crucifix bomb, and Aki is in control. I mean, Aki's on the outside, Allenby's in control, and now Carr is in the ring, the powerhouse of the new scene. But she gets caught. 1, 2, no. Cara tried to come in with a lot of power, but what Cara brings in power, Allenby brings in speed. As now, look at this. Allenby now. Kick. Got her up on her shoulder. Spiderman's carry position into a gut buster. But how much did that take out of Allenby? And now Allenby, look at this. Rolling through. Tried to recover, but Cara stops her. Big clothesline in the corner. And Aki again breaking it up. Cara trying to protest. And that's not really going anywhere. Oh, we've seen this before. Hook and ladder. And Aki breaks it up again. Aki has been the difference maker in this entire match so far. She's broken up damn near every pinfall. And now Cara's taking it out on Aki, who got the tag in that little break there. I think Cara's had enough of Aki's interference. And she's going to pay for it, dropping her face first. 2, no. Aki's in trouble as now sending her into the corner, and here we go. Cara stomping away on Aki, and I somehow I'm thinking that this is kind of a dig at the Starlight trainers. Big drop kick, and now Cara mocking Aki. Cover. 1, 2, no. The new scene do not care about having fun. They just care about whatever they care about. Look at Dakota. Dakota is probably one of the most hated women in the on the roster simply because she flaunts her power around. Along with Chris McLean, who for some reason seems to have a lot of power over pretty much everything in this company except what I have. And again, I will address that after Prestige. But Dakota feels like she's in control as much as Nadia and Lucinda are, which is not true. Most of how she's been able to get things out of what she's been doing is mostly because of Taggart, and I will deal with that old bastard at Prestige. Sky High by Aki. Now Aki with an Irish whip to Dakota in the corner. This could be another Starlight coaster. Yep, they're going to try it. Starlight coaster. Got it. The cover. 2, 3. And Cara didn't even make an attempt to break that up. And you got to wonder what that... I don't know if Cara's just pissed at Dakota for not getting the job done, or if she just didn't feel like it. I don't know. But Cara didn't even move. She just stared. You got to wonder what that means. I mean, these two are card-carrying members of the Blood Trail as well. Let's not forget that. And it seems like there's been a lot of restructuring going around since Revelations on that front. And if Cara feels like Dakota isn't pulling her weight, and this is just my opinion, if she feels like she's not pulling her weight, then that may not be good news. And that's the Starlight coaster, and that's a 3 count, and the Starlight trainers are in the win column. Very important win for those two women. And they're back in the hunt, potentially for the Wildcats tag team titles. This tag team division, I'm telling you, it's stacked. There's a lot of teams that want that shot. But who's going to get it first after Proving Ground? That's what we have to wait and see on. We are back on Wildcats. And what a show it's already been. And we're still not done. We have a long way to go, folks, until we hit the conclusion. And then we're on the road. That final home stretch to Proving Ground 8 coming up. It's going to be fairly interesting to see how things shape up as we head into that night. Of course, our main event still coming up. It's going to be the Golden Bombshells against No More Heroes in our main event tonight. But right now, we got two heavy hitters that are about to go at it. Alika, Lynch, and Betsy Chairshot. And you hear that music, and there she is. One half of the Wildcats Tag Team Champions and one of the most dangerous women walking the face of the planet, Alika Lynch. Former Wildcats Tag Team Champion 3 times, by the way, her and Delhia. They were the first Wildcats Tag Team Champions officially in the record books. They are the first Wildcats Tag Team Champions in company history. They won their 3rd championships at Gateway to Heaven, as I mentioned earlier, when Carmen Cortez came out and essentially helped them to win those championships that late last year. And all these months later, they have dominated the tag team scene like no one has done in a very long time. And at Proving Ground 8, they will defend those championships against Betsy Chairshot and Trixie Decker, as Trixie is cashing in her title shot that she won all those months ago. And she decided, instead of using it for herself, to give her best friend, Betsy Chairshot, an opportunity to do something that these two women have not done together. And let's be honest, if you know these two women, you know they've done a lot of things together. And I'll just leave it at that. For those that know, they know. But the one thing that they haven't done that's actually been in the ring and that actually involved clothes on is be tag team champions together. And they have that opportunity at Proving Ground 8. Betsy's had a shot at the Rising Star title. She's never had a shot at the tag team titles with Trixie Decker. She's going to get it at Proving Ground. But first, she's got to go through Alika Lynch tonight. And as I said before, to ensure this match goes smoothly and to ensure that we actually have a winner in this match, Delhia and Trixie Decker have been banned from ringside for this match. They have been banned from physical contact with one another, and they've been banned from physical contact from these two women because we want to make sure, or at least Nadi and Lucinda want to make sure, that this tag team title match goes off without a hitch at Proving Ground 8. There's a big slam into a cover early and only a 1 count. Because we know that the Black Plague Society will take advantage and try to attack Betsy or Trixie or both of them before the title match, try to get an early advantage, but that ain't happening. That ain't happening this time. So there will be no outside interference during this match, and there will be no outside interference when this match is over. Big a short arm lariat by Alika. It's now forearm in the face cover here. Again, only a 1 count. It's now, now Alika again with these short arm lariats, keeping wrist control. And another one. Like I said, Alika Lynch, one of the most dangerous women in the world. A lot of people forget just how dangerous she is. Only a 2 count there. Because, see, a lot of people have been labeling Alika and Delhia as Devitaki's lackeys or her lap dogs or whatever. But here's what people don't remember about Alika and Delhia. They were dominant before Devitaki. They were dominant in Allure Wrestling. They were dominant in the early days of the Wildcats Tag Team Division. There would not be a Wildcats Tag Team Division if it wasn't for those two, Alika and Delhia. 2 count. Those two women set the stage for what would be a thriving and prosperous tag team division for years in this company. And a lot of people have been saying that they're just not who they used to be. And from my perspective, that can't be further from the truth. A lot of people might not like her association with Devitaki. 1, 2, no. A lot of people may not like their association with Devitaki, but let's be honest, they have rejuvenated their careers since then. Alika and Delhia seem to be back to form as Betsy going for that axe kick, but Alika flinging her away. And now right back to the ground and pound. So for people to say that they're nothing more than Devitaki's lapdogs, let's be honest, that just implies that they have nothing to bring to the table, that Devitaki has to lead them and lead them along and tell them where to go and tell them what to do and things like that. Alika and Delhia can get it done on their own, and they've proven that before. They have won the Wildcats Tag Team Championships twice without anyone helping them do it. And the only reason they won it the 3rd time is because Carmen had a vendetta against the Privileged Generation. And that's nothing more than the Privileged Generation's fault for calling out people like Carmen for the way they dress and the way that they act and things like that. Because people have been doing that with Carmen for years. And look where it's ended her up. She's with Devitaki now. So that's just the 2 cents that I see from this. And Betsy and Trixie, who've never been tag team champions together before, want to have that opportunity at Proving Ground 8. Shoulder breaker by Alika. But it ain't going to happen if Alika keeps doing this damage to Betsy, that's for sure. Betsy is not going to go into it 100%, and that's something Betsy does not want. Big arm drag by Betsy. And a big knee lift. And now going out to Brett's rope, the most dangerous rope for a frog splash. Cover. 1, 2, no. And Betsy back in control here, which is something she needed because Alika was dominating her for a few minutes there. Our main event coming up next. Nicole, Natasha, and Melissa McNeil, the Golden Bombshells, will take on Shinobu Jacobs and Alice Twilight, the No More Heroes, in a big tag team match. That's going to take place coming up next, along with the full rundown of the Proving Ground card, as Alika's trying to damage the shoulder of Betsy Chairshot with these repeated shoulder breakers, trying to make sure that Alika doesn't make it to Proving Ground 8, but Betsy with a tornado DDT to reverse that. And she needed that, because if she kept having those shoulders rammed into Alika's knee, that would have not been good for Betsy's chances of being the tag team champions at Proving Ground. As you see here, nice cover. 1, 2, no. That Lucha Libre inspiration from Betsy into play there. Nice moonsault. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Betsy's competed all over the world. She has experience. And same as Trixie, they're not rookies by any means. All 4 of those women at Proving Ground are going to put on one hell of a show, that's for sure. And now Alika with these repeated headbutts. And that's, again, that's what I was saying about Alika. She is dangerous no matter what people might think. And now look at this. Dropping her face first. Unique face buster. Shooting the half of that pin. 1, 2, no. As now Alika back in control. Big right hand. And another one. Alika, one of the best brawlers in the game as well. Oh, went for the kick. Alika sweeps the legs. Off the ropes. Betsy now, no. Irish whip into the corner. And now just using that boot. And shoving it right in Alika's face. And now off the ropes. No. Alika, no, missed the lariat. Big kick. Missed it, but got that one. Nice offense by Betsy Chairshot. And that's what Betsy has to do. She's got to use her speed, because if she gets caught, like she was earlier with those repeated shoulder breakers, that's not going to help her chances of winning this match and getting some momentum heading toward Proving Ground 8, that's for sure. As now Betsy again with these strikes. The kicks mostly are what are shaking Alika right now. And I don't think she can see those kicks coming. But Alika now sending her into the corner. Betsy reversing, sending her into the corner. Now Betsy with a snake eyes in the corner. Now going off the ropes, Betsy, Irish whip. Alika able to hang on to the apron. Betsy running in, big kick by Alika. Alika running back into the ring, and there's a big pump kick. Out of completely nowhere. 2, no. That pump kick completely turned this match around for Alika Lynch, and that may be the turning point here. She's got her up, fireman's carry, no. Betsy with a reversal. Betsy now went for the moonsault, but Alika able to get out of the way just in time. As now, look at this. Big slam by Alika. Alika now looking for something again, but again, Betsy able to escape. And Alika rolling to the outside, realizing that she was in trouble right there. But I don't think Betsy cares. Is Betsy going to fly here? Yes, she is! And as a big man upstairs once said, protect yourself at all times. As now Betsy sending her again, trying to send her to the outside, and Alika once again catching herself. But this time, Betsy was able to catch herself, as now just repeated clubbing blows to the chest, and Alika finally falls to the outside. And that's what I'm talking about. These two women are two of the heaviest hitters in that tag team title match at Proving Ground 8. And they're proving it. They're showing it right now. Nope. Alika caught the leg. Irish whip. This time Betsy catches herself. But Betsy gets a shoulder to the gut. Now sunset flip. Cover. 1, 2. No. Betsy able to. Oh, man, a big knee. Just as Alika was trying to get up. That might have knocked her out. 1, 2. No. Betsy waiting for Alika to get up. Another kick. Another kick to the head. Another kick to the gut. Another kick to the chest. Betsy using these kicks to great effect. Going for the crossface. But Alika quickly put her foot on the bottom rope. She knew she was in trouble right there, and she was swimming for shore, if you will. She's trying to make sure she got to that rope as quickly as possible. Alika now trying to go for something, but Betsy was able to counter. Now Alika counters, and a big right hand staggering her, sending her into the ropes. Irish whip by Alika, kick by Betsy. Big right hand spinning Alika completely around, but Alika comes back with an elbow, and now more strikes, which is staggering Betsy, and again Betsy ends up on the ropes. Running in, went for a lariat. Alika missed it because Betsy was running too quickly. And again, Betsy with the strike, sending Alika down to the mat again. And now, Betsy again. No, Alika once again able to scout her. These two women have each other scouted by this point. There's now another bubble bomb variant. There's no heat here. Unless you think, well, I mean, a lot of people think Betsy's hot. Anyway, back to the match here as Alika gets caught and gets suplexed for her troubles. And again, Alika rolling to the outside to find a reprieve, but she doesn't find one here this time. Betsy kicks her away. Betsy now realizing she's got to win in the ring. She could win by count out realistically, but I don't think she wants that. I think she wants to beat Alika square straight up in the middle. As now, oh my goodness, look at the power of Alika with a shoulder bomb. But Betsy's right back up. Alika caught Betsy with one arm on her shoulder. If that doesn't tell you how powerful this woman is, I don't know what else to say, folks. As now Alika looking to put Betsy away. As now Betsy, looking for that axe kick. This time she gets it. 1, 2, 3, no. And I think Betsy probably thought that this was over. But honestly, you got to realize it's going to take a lot more than an axe kick, though, even with those heavy cowgirl boots, to put Alika Lynch down. Now Alika up. She's got her up. No. Betsy again. Every time it seems like Betsy's in control, Alika just completely changes the momentum, but she missed that elbow. And again, Betsy with the kicks. She knows exactly what she's doing. Another kick. As now Betsy running in. Head scissors to the outside. And now can Betsy find her opening? Look at this. And a big leg lariat. That might have taken more out of Betsy than it did out of Alika. But nonetheless, Betsy going back to the top rope. Whatever she's going to hit, she better hit it now. There's a diving leg drop. The booyah, if you will. Only gets a 2 count. Betsy now's got her in a miscarry, but again, Alika able to get out of it. These two women, like I said, they've scouted each other by this point. Big lariat missed. Alika, big body slam. You don't see those that much in this business today. It's just a simple body slam. Simple but effective, folks. As now you see Betsy running in again. Alika catching her on the rebound. Alika with another pump kick, and she caught her with that combination earlier, but Betsy popped up with a head scissors. Whisper in the Wind does not connect. She gets nothing but mat, folks. Alika powerbomb 1, 2, no, and into the tried and true patented DCA special. The Powerbomb Boston Crab. A signature specialty in the Destiny Championship Alliance that isn't used as much as people say it's used. It only gets used maybe once every 5 shows at this point. Betsy is down though, and Alika going right after her. Trying to wear her down even further. And you got to know, the longer this match goes, the more energy this is taking out of both of these women heading in to that big match on Proving Ground 8. She hits the Whisper in the Wind this time. Betsy more so has to worry because she's still got a full schedule. There's a running knee. 2. No. Because Betsy's got a full schedule. Alika doesn't. Alika can go home and rest. Betsy's still wrestling all over the world right now. So she's going to have more wear and tear on her. And I'm not just talking about after hours. I'm talking about in ring time, folks. She's going to have more wear and tear that she's going to have to manage going into Proving Ground 8. The longer this match goes. And Alika realizes that. Big lariat by Alika. She nearly took Betsy's head off with that, folks. And Alika is lining Betsy up for something. Going for... No! A reversal by Alika. And oh my goodness! I think Alika was down from that arm drag. Gets caught with a DDT. 1, 2, no. I think Alika's starting to get worn down. She was fading. And then right as she was fading, she ran. Literally, she fainted right into that knee. And now Betsy with a big moonsault. Springboard moonsault to the outside. I may have been wrong here. I think Alika might be the worst for wear out of these two women at this point. Choke slam, powerbomb, combination, 2. Again, Alika able to fight on here. And you have to wonder how much more Alika has left in the tank after she looked worse for wear about 3 minutes ago. And now Betsy again in the fireman's carry position and slams her down to the mat. 1, 2, no! 2.7 I'm wanting to say. But again, Alika, like I told you before, folks, this is one of the toughest women on the roster, one of the toughest women in virtual wrestling. And I think tonight, Alika is reminding a lot of people exactly why she shouldn't be messed with. As now Betsy going for the crossface. She's got the crossface locked in, one of her signature maneuvers. And Alika's already worn down from this match. She's trying to crawl to get to the ropes here. But Betsy's trying to maneuver her away from the ropes. Alika is trying with everything she's got to try and get out of this crossface, but it doesn't seem to be working, folks. Oh, wait, I might have spoken too soon. Alika rolling out of it. Betsy not realizing what's happening. Alika running in, and Alika just ran right in. She ran right into Seasons in the Abyss by Betsy, and she's trapped again. She's trapped again in another submission, and this time she can't crawl. She's flailing, she's wiggling. 2 knees to the back of the head. And Betsy ran in this time. Neck breaker. And Alika not wasting any time. She's got her hooked and drops her head first into the mat. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, Alika Lynch. I'm going to say Alika Lynch survived this match because let's be honest, these two women beat the hell out of one another. As expected from these two women, we got a fight in this match, but in the end, those knees to the back of the head, the back of the neck of Betsy proved to be her undoing. That neck that she had been targeting through most of this match with lariat after lariat after lariat came back to bite Betsy Chairshot in the end. And then she immediately went for the neck breaker and then that face buster for the victory. And it's just like that. Look, boom, and those pump kicks as well. She took about 2 of those. But here's the ending right here. Watch where Alika nails these knees. Right to the back of the neck. That neck that she had been working on through the majority of this match with lariats and pump kicks and other various maneuvers. And then hit the neck breaker. And look at this. Look how smart this is. She pops up, immediately picks her up by the neck, mind you, and then drops her on her neck on the top of her head. Alika Lynch is not an idiot. She's not a lapdog. She's a very dangerous woman. And with Delhia by her side, they're a very dangerous team. And Betsy and Trixie are going to be in for one hell of a war at Proving Ground 8 if they hope to come out of that with the tag team titles. Because if this match was any indication, Proving Ground 8 is going to be a long night for Deck Chair to get the tag team titles away from probably the most dominant team in DCA Wildcats history, the Black Plague Society.
Can you believe it? John Flacco's has won the Call All-Stars Championship.
Unreal. What a conclusion here to Call All-Stars 13.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It's Louis Rivers. Oh my God. He's attacking John Flacco's.
You're getting better all the time, and turning all against the one isn't all just hard to teach. Another clever word sets off an unsuspecting hurt, and as you get back in line, a mob jumps to their feet. Now dance, fucker, dance, man, he never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you.
Dance, fucker, dance, you never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. So dance, fucker, dance, I never had a chance, it was really only you.
With a thousand lies and a gun disguise, hit him right between the eyes, hit him right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more
Bad bitches.
And yes, the Fed Beaches will be all over Call Stars 14 and Prestige 5, ladies and gentlemen. But there are no Fed Beaches at this next event for DCA Wrestling, that's for sure. But there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of things going down. A lot of big matches that we're about to go into right now at Proving Ground 8. Our next big live event coming up in about a week or two. Again, stay tuned to the DCA Wrestling Twitter for the official date of Proving Ground 8. August 19th is the tentative date as of now. And we're going to run through the card as you're listening to Your Heroes Are Bullshit by Red Hook, the official theme for Proving Ground 8. You can get that wherever music is sold and streamed. Here we go. Wildcats tag team titles on the line. Betsy Chairshot and Trixie Decker, effectively known as Deck Chair by Betsy, will take on the Black Plague Society, Alika, Lynch, and Delhia for the Wildcats Tag Team Championships. Strawberry Sookie made her return and immediately targeted Nilin and the Rising Star title. Can Strawberry Sookie finally win a title in DCA at Nilin's expense, or will Nilin remain Rising Star champion? Atlas Jones has been a fighting champion for months, but he didn't expect this challenge, as he will defend the Celestial title against the Rave Master and the most controversial man arguably in BW and virtual wrestling, Haru Glory. The Blade Runners won a #1 contenders match at Takedown, and now they will challenge Aaron Alexander and Mark Austin, the Blacklist, for the DCA tag team titles at Proving Ground. Ellie Rose made her return at Revelations, and she's going to be addressing her future in Virtual Wrestling United at Proving Ground 8. What will she have to say? We will find out. James Dark also appeared recently and made his first target, Jamal Bedlam, and now he will put the Battle Pro World title on the line against the Savage at Proving Ground 8. Kenshiro Shimada, the leader of the Blood Trail, and Michael Conley had a war at Redemption late last year, but they're going to do it again at Proving Ground 8 under the same stipulation as back then, no holds barred. Akira Yukimura has not been seen in VW since Revelations, but she will be at Proving Ground 8 and has promised to speak on everything in her life. Carmen Cortez has been unsuccessful against Morgan Rancroft in the past. Will it be 3 for 3 against the Russian Nightmare on Morgan's side as she challenges Carmen for the CCL Women's title. The Wildcats title is on the line. Shinobu Jacobs and Nicole and Natasha will challenge the champion Devitaki in a triple threat match. And Jeremy Paisley won a #1 Contenders Fatal 4-Way match on Takedown, and now he has the biggest match of his life as he challenges the Godslayer Josh McLeod for the DCA World Heavyweight Championship. That is all taking place at Proving Ground 8, folks. When you say this is the biggest card in Proving Ground history, it's arguable, but it's up there. If you missed this show, I don't know what to tell you. Proving Ground 8 is going to be the night that changes the face of DCA for the future. It's happening in about a week or two's time, so get ready for that. When those notifications go up, you better get ready, because we got a stacked show for you on that night. But folks, we're not done here tonight. As you hear by the music, we still got one more match, and that is our main event. Nicole, Natasha, and Shinobu Jacobs were asked to do this match to prepare for Devitaki, and they decided to do this tonight. Tag team action. Nicole, Natasha, and Melissa McNeil, former Wildcats Tag Team Champions, the Golden Bombshells, to face the current Queens of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the longest reigning Queens of Wrestling Tag Team Champions in history, No More Heroes, who, by the way, will be defending those titles at Prestige against Giganta and Medusa Gorgon from the WWA, the Cold-Blooded Killers. That's happening at Prestige, but they can't focus on that now. They have to focus on this match. And you know, deep down, Nicole wants to get the Wildcats title back. And in the case of Shinobu, it has been a meteoric rise for that woman. Because Shinobu Jacobs, out of everyone, I don't think anyone expected Shinobu to have the success that she has had. Former Queens of Wrestling champion. And everyone was shocked when she won the belt a few years ago. Former tag team champion here in DCA, two-time DCA tag team champion along with Alice. Current Queens of Wrestling tag team champion with Alice. Probably the best women's tag team in virtual wrestling, period. And now, at Proving Ground 8, she has a chance to become the Wildcats champion. Though this woman's accomplishments speak for themselves, folks. And I don't think a lot of people would see Shinobu Jacobs, as popular as she is, I don't think a lot of people expected her to have the amount of success that she has had in the last 3 years or so. But she has gotten that, she has earned that, and at Proving Ground 8, she has an opportunity to be the Wildcats champion. But on the other side, you got to look at Nicole Natasha, a woman who's been in DCA since the very beginning, had her shot against Revy at the 6-year anniversary show for the Wildcats title, won the title, but only held it for like a month before she was screwed out of it, and Revy won the belt back, leading into Revelations 5. And she has not had an opportunity, she has not had a shot at the Wildcats title ever since that night. She's been Sparks champion in UWL, but she's never reached that height that she was at when she was the Wildcats champion. And she's come back to DCA on a mission. She wanted Amber. Remember, she had the Rumble Roses case. She won that case last year and was going to, for all intents and purposes, she was going to cash in on Amber Stevens. But fate had other ideas, with Trixie getting in the mix and that drama unfolding, and we don't know if Amber's ever coming back. We've not seen or heard from her since she was absolutely destroyed by Trixie Decker. The Black November, as much as JT wants to say they're not dead, the Black November in its former form is currently pretty much dead. And Nicole was dead set on taking the title from Amber, but that isn't happening anymore. So now she's set her sights on Devitaki, and the person holding the title may have changed, but the direction of her wanting the title hasn't changed. She still wants the Wildcats title. It doesn't matter if Amber's holding it. It doesn't matter that Devitaki's holding it now. She's always wanted back the Wildcats title, and now at Proving Ground, she has that chance to become a 2-time Wildcats champion. And then you look at her tag team partner, Melissa McNeil, GCA Women's Champion, a legend in the business, has done it all, seen it all. And then you have Alice Twilight, who out of the 3 women in this match, honestly has less of the credentials that all the other 3 women have. Alice has never held a singles championship like the other 3 women in this match have. The only thing she's done is tag team success. She said months back she wants to do singles stuff, but it seems like she keeps being dragged into the tag team scene, which isn't a bad thing, mind you. Let's not mince words here. That's not a bad thing. And see Melissa with a nice head scissors on Shinobu. But you know it has to eat away at Alice sometimes that Shinobu's getting a Wildcats title match. Where's her singles championship opportunities? And you gotta wonder where that shoe's gonna fall any day now with that. But for now, she's been loyal to Shinobu. They've been arguably, like I said, the best team in VW, period, bar none. They would not be the Wildcats Tag Team Champions twice and Queens of Wrestling Champions to this day if they weren't the most dominant team in the world. And if the CBK beat them at Prestige, then they have the claim of being the best tag team in the world. But tonight, it's not about the Queens of Wrestling tag team titles. It's about one step closer to the Wildcats title, and that's exactly what Shinobu and Alice, or mostly Shinobu and Nicole, mind you, are fighting for here in this tag team match. It may not be for tag team supremacy, but you got to think about this. If by some chance Shinobu and Alice lose tonight, then the Golden Bombshells, whether Nicole wins the Wildcats title or not at Proving Ground, they could have an opportunity at the Queens of Wrestling tag team titles. Because it's still a win over the Queens of Wrestling tag team titles. It doesn't matter if this is momentum towards Proving Ground or not. That is still a huge win. As Nicole slides back in. And now, big head scissors. And Nicole just staring at Shinobu, she's letting her go to Alice and make a tag. And a lot of people might question that, but I think Nicole is trying to make sure that Shinobu doesn't get really hurt heading into Proving Ground, because she doesn't want any excuses for that match. She wants to have Shinobu at as close to 100% as possible. There's a landslide by Nicole. And now tagging in Melissa McNeil. And I can respect Nicole in that regard. One count. I can respect her in that regard where, look at this. Oh man, what a gut buster by Alice. I can respect where Nicole doesn't want Shinobu to be seriously hurt going into that match at Proving Ground 8, because she wants the best competition. She doesn't want Shinobu at less than 100%. Alice with an elbow. Uh-oh. And now Alice going for the fadeaway. And a lot of people are forgetting about Alice Twilight, and she's trying to make sure that everyone remembers her by the end of this match. We have all this talk about Melissa and her accomplishments, about Shinobu and her accomplishments, and Nicole and her accomplishments, but Alice does not want to be overlooked anymore. She wants to be known, and she's got the talent to get there. Big spine buster by Melissa, but Alice is already back up. Elbow. Snapmare. And is now going for this diving elbow to the back of the head. Oh, and Alice, I think she was going for blinding moonlight, but Melissa trying to go to Nicole, preventing that from happening. And now Alice, that little indecision might have cost her. Went for that drop kick, but got a little short of the target. And that might be just being delirious from all the abuse she's been taking. As now Alice taking a moment to recover. Uh-oh. Alice is going up top now. And Alice knows how to fly. She's done it before. Alice went for the elbow, but Melissa got out of the way. As Alice again trying to get to the attack, but Melissa won't let her, and now these two are just brawling on the outside. For those new to Wildcats, first off, hi. Second off, if you're just joining, what the fuck are you doing? Go back and look at the rest of the show when this is over. And 3, leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, because less than 10% of my subs even know these videos go out. So if I get at least 30% of my subs knowing that this videos go out, that'll help a lot. And 4, there are no countouts in tag matches in DCA anymore, because I was tired of everyone getting counted out because they wanted to fight on the outside. So there's none of that anymore. So there you go, folks. Going for, and now, Melissa went for the cutter. Alice slid out of the way. Slid out of the way. Fucking English major. I said slitted. Shit. Anyway, back to the match. Uh-oh. Shinobu going for the axe kick. One of her patented maneuvers. 1, 2, and no. As Alice intercepting Nicole with a big tilt-a-whirl. And this is what I was talking about, that loyalty for No More Heroes. Alice gets a lariat, but it allows Shinobu enough time to recover, allowing enough time to get a sunset flip. And now Shinobu's in the driver's seat. But Melissa coming back. Irish whip into the corner. Big Yakuza kick. And this could be it. Cover. 1. Only a 1 count. Kick to the back. Uh-oh. Melissa going for that blonde bomb kick. And she nails it. And this could be it for Shinobu. 1, 2. Now Shinobu with the shoulder up. Shinobu was able to kick out just in the nick of time there. And that would have been a big momentum builder for Nicole. And a big loss of momentum for Shinobu to take the pinfall loss in this matchup. As Melissa now continuing to pour on the gas here in this match. Big elbow and a drop kick to the back of the head of Shinobu. Uh-oh. Now look at this. Big bulldog. And Melissa has not let up. And look at this. Drop Shinobu. Cover as Melissa intercepts Alice to it, but I think she landed that head scissors and it inadvertently broke up that pinfall. I don't think Melissa wanted that to happen, but in any event, it did happen. Twisting brainbuster by Nicole, and now Nicole, golden shot does not connect. If she hit that, that would have been it. Shinobu going for the axe kick again, but Nicole scouts it. Folks, if you think this is nuts, try putting those two in the ring with Devitaki at Proving Ground 8. That's going to be a hell of a match. But Shinobu again getting caught in the corner. I don't think she knows where she is right now. And it looks like she's going to get taken down again. And this has to be it. 1, 2, 3. It is it. And for all the momentum Shinobu has had over the last few weeks, Nicole finally gets some momentum of her own with a win here tonight. And not only does this might put the Golden Bombshells in line for the whoever wins after Prestige, but this gives a huge momentum boost for Nicole and a big trend downward for Shinobu, getting the pinfall loss in this match. But she took a lot of punishment to do it. It took a lot to put Shinobu away. But now you gotta wonder, what does that do to the mindset of Shinobu heading into Proving Ground? Will Nicole have the momentum needed to walk out of there as a two-time Wildcats champion? I guess we just have to wait and see. But Nicole has plenty to celebrate tonight, as she and Melissa McNeil get the victory here tonight. And Nicole has got to feel good about this one. She's got to feel good that she's got she may not have gotten the pinfall, but she's on the winning side. And that's going to put some momentum in her pocket heading into Proving Ground. No matter how hard it was to fight for that victory. Oh, and there she is. There's the Wildcats champion, who will walk out of Proving Ground 8 as the Wildcats champion. We will find out then, folks.
So you know I am disappointed, correct? Things seem to be too normal. It seems like people are beginning to forget about us. Let me make this perfectly clear. I don't care about the blood trail or some pointless war where the outcome is just as meaningless as the reason it started. The others might, but I don't. I have my own reasons for doing this, and it seems the others are starting to see things my way as well, much like you should. And that is why I brought you here. She needs to be taken care of. You failed last time, even after we gave you the tools to do what you've waited so long for. Now it seems like fate has given you a second chance, but I know you. Prolonged hatred is better than a quick and forceful hatred. So we'll give you more of the tools you requested. At Proving Ground, you help us send the signal that this company needs change. Not a change in power or a battle for control, but a forceful transition of checks and balances that we've been missing here. If you want her gone, we will help. And you will help us handle the rest. At Proving Ground, balance in this company will change. A balance that DCA desperately needs.
Crib the spot to pay, but my house is your house if you're throwing it back. Excuse me if my home's draining the side. Soon as these happy faces, then you can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Mi casa is tu casa, so it ain't no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my